What's going on, guys? It's Kyle with DTOM Knives and Gear, and today I have an unboxing. In this package is a knife that Kevin just dropped his review on. Let's go ahead and get into it. There's actually a few knives in here. Kevin, of course, is my brother, Lefty EDC. You guys are watching this. You already know who he is, but if you don't, go check out Lefty EDC on YouTube, Instagram, and in general. The guy is just fucking awesome. My best friend at this point, basically. And what's he? Oh, unboxing knife is the Oz Machine Company Roosevelt. The full review of that is coming. Had this knife for a couple weeks and carrying the shit out of it, getting ready for this review, and boy, do I like it. All right, so wait, okay, so maybe it is only one, but of course, we got Lefty EDC sticker and the really cool Shadow Ranger stickers. If you guys don't know, we have the Shadow Ranger was a knife that Kevin bought. It was a knife anyways. Most of you guys know about it, but we have a Facebook group called the Shadow Ranger, so definitely go check that out as well. So I thought for some reason that some other knives in here, but it looks like it's just this one. This is the GRIMSMO NORSEMAN. I have, and a lot of people have probably already seen this knife. I have never handled one, have wanted to, but I knew I probably didn't want to buy it. They are expensive, and they can range in price, but I've seen them, you know, $900, $1,200. So definitely a higher end knife, American made, or I'm sorry, made in Canada, not made in America. For some reason I thought it was. But it comes in a really cool Pelican style case, which I love that. And boom, comes with nano oil and a Torx wrench to take the knife apart. That is always appreciated. Very nice presentations. That is for sure as far as this box. And here we go. There is the Norseman. First thing, right off the bat, I noticed that this thing is really thin. One of the reasons that I didn't go ahead and pull the trigger on one of these is because of that. However, it's not as thin as I thought. On camera, watching other videos, it looks super thin, and it is super thin, but it doesn't look like it's going to be a problem. But the other reason, you might have already heard that this thing looks like something, and that's why it looks like a horse's penis. I mean, that's just all there is to it. It looks like a horse's penis. But you cannot deny this is unique looking. Very unique looking. And obviously, the GRIMSMO Norseman has been known for its great action. This has thumb studs and a flipper. And am I missing something? I want to say that he said that there was going to be an extra set or an extra thumb stud. I do not see the extra thumb stud. That way that I could do, where I could do the reverse flick on this guy. Very, of course, very nice action, very false shut. Everything that I've seen from the Norseman. The detent is really nice. I'm actually trying to fail it and can't. And then, of course, the thumb stud action. Now, I can feel that if I'm putting pressure on the lock bar, that it locks it up. But you got plenty of room here to where that's really not an issue because you get, you know, it's a pretty thin lock bar. But I just noticed that whenever I had my hand right here, it definitely does make it harder and or locks it up. If I've got it down here, not that bad. But if you've got your finger here, you know, right up here next to that, it will lock it up. Not a huge deal, though, for me because, you know, just naturally my fingers always go back on a frame lock because of that issue. I mean, it happens on all of them except for a few. This one is dead centered, nicely done crown spine. This is just the first impressions, guys, but full-size knife. It's definitely a Kyle-size knife. That is for sure. And it's not too thin. And the reason it's not too thin is that it feels really good in hand is because it does have width this way. So it's not bad in hand at all. Matter of fact, it's if it was any thinner this way or this way, it might be an issue. But it is not an issue. In the backed up grip, my thumb, you know, really wants to be here, which is on that peak. But I can somewhat comfortably rested right where the jimping is, and so that's pretty cool. It does have a flipper choil kind of thing here, a place where you can choke up on the knife, where my fingers are not near the blade. So that's really nice, because with this knife I have options to handle, and I like that. I like that about bigger knives. Very nicely milled. I like the blue color. I like the little honeycomb. There is that logo. Boom. So I'm really excited, and I really appreciate it. This knife was sent to Kevin from his local buddy, Joe. And Joe's a great guy. Apparently, never met him before yet, or talked to him yet. I'm sure I will. But then he's such a great guy. He was like, yeah, you can send it to Kyle. And so this is a very expensive knife. And so I really, really appreciate that, Joe. You are the man. And I promise to take care of it for you. But I'm very excited to, I'm not going to use and abuse this knife. I'm probably, I'll put it in pocket and see what it's, see what it feels like. This blade shape is absolutely bonkers. With this compound grind, it's hollow. It's got those really, really interesting lines in the blade, big old recurve, and then it's just, I don't even know what you'd call this blade shape. I just don't. This is the RWL 34, and this is number 1574. And I want to say he's like in the 5,000s or something. Don't quote me on that. So this one is pretty new. I mean, not like, or not new, a lower number, because I'm pretty sure he's made quite a few of these. So 1574 feels like a good number. Now, one thing I've noticed is if you let it go and bounce, see how it bounces back. I've noticed that. I've seen other reviewers kind of complain about that, where it bounces back and doesn't have the detent where it sucks it in. The detent feels like, the problem is, like, I can feel, it feels like a really good detent because of where these are placed and the leverage that you get. But right down here, it's round, it's a crown spine, so I can't really feel, I guess I can. So it feels a little bit lighter, but it's not. It's actually a really nice detent, but it's not like sucking it in like I would like. Oh yeah. So on the close, like, it feels awesome on the deployment, but on the close, it doesn't have a lot of suction, like on some knives. So it does have that bouncing feeling. I can probably get around that for sure, just kind of let it do its thing before I keep moving. But that bouncing, I think, might annoy me. We'll see. There are some other knives that I've had in the collection that do that, and I always notice it, and it's just one of those things that kind of bugs me. But this, I'm really glad that I have it in hand. It does look like a horse's penis, but I get it, kind of. Having it in hand, I do kind of get it. Now, we'll see how it works as far as the full review goes. But, first impressions wise, I definitely dig it. It does have, not a deep carry clip, but it's a nicely 3D milled pocket clip that looks like it would be good. It doesn't look like it's got a lot of room and ramp to get into your pocket, so it might not work well with thicker pants. But, damn it. I didn't think this would happen, but I kind of like it now as far as the aesthetics. I really didn't at first. But as far as aesthetically, it is kind of cool. Nice, really nice mirror edge on that guy. I'm not a huge fan of recurves just because I don't have the tools necessary to sharpen a recurve, and that's really the only reason. They look really cool. Probably does really well utilitarian. Well, it's sharp though, I'll tell you that much. But this is not going to get used very much. We'll do some very basic cuts just to get an idea. Very curious on how this works right here because, it's just so different. It's different than any other blade shape that I've ever had. And so, Joe, thank you so much. Kevin, thank you for allowing me, or letting him know that I would like to check this out, and Joe for letting him send it over. I'm really, really stoked. It's one of those knives that when you get to a certain point in collecting, you almost have to experience, right? It's the GRIMSMO NORSEMAN. I mean, this knife was made popular by, shit. What the fuck? Why am I forgetting the most popular YouTuber on the planet when it comes to knife reviews? It's a gem. What the fuck? Why can't I think of his name?
2 hours later.
Nick Shabazz, fuck me. This knife was really, really popular after Nick Shabazz did his video, and you would never think in a million years watching his reviews that he would like this knife, but he does. He really likes this knife, and I can see why, because it is absolutely unique. Seems to be very well made, and so yeah, I am looking forward to this. Thanks guys for stopping by and checking it out. Stay tuned for the full review of this guy. Stay tuned for the full review of the Awesome Machine Company Roosevelt, which will be coming very, very soon. And guess what? Fuck YouTube and Google. If you're new here and you don't know what that means, it's because I really fucking hate this platform because they censor shit. But it gives me an opportunity to talk to you guys and talk about knives. And so that's what we do. I have a sister channel, guys, called DTOM Freedom Talk, which is already being censored right now. But if you want to check that out, you definitely can. It's me talking about the issues in this country right now. And yeah, it's just one of those things. I didn't want to do it on my channel. So thanks for stopping by, checking it out. Go check out DTOM Freedom Talk if you want to. Stay safe in this absolutely crazy world that we're living in. And we will see you in the next one.